Blackpink is the crown jewel of K-pop. This is their chance to do right by their label. With their new contract, the girl band is guaranteed to survive. However, their future ought never to have been at Jeopardy. 2023 was always going to be a big year for Pink. Jisoo, Jennie, Rose, Lisa, and other members of the incredibly magnetic K-pop girl group wrapped off a 66-date tour that included headline performances at Coachella and BST Hyde Park. Another significant achievement for them this year was the expiration of their 7-year deal with record company YG Entertainment. The future of the biggest girl band in the world was thus questioned once the deadline passed in August. However, first a little background. Instead of the standard Western music industry promise of a set number of albums, K-pop groups usually sign contracts with 7-year terms. The significance of an artist's 7th year is generally known to their fan base. The group as they know it usually comes to an end if none of the members want to extend their contracts. For Blackpink's millions of admirers, the consequences of their departure from YG might be catastrophic. Since that elusive deadline, it appeared as though Blackpink members were forging careers apart from the group. Jisoo packed her schedule with more acting roles in Korean dramas. Jennie recently starred in the Wheaton's contentious pot stirrer The Idol. Lisa visited Paris for a residency at Cabaret Crazy Horse. Regarding their upcoming deal, YG stated that talks were still going on as recently as 3 weeks ago. Subsequently, Blackpink finally resurfaced as a group in late November at none other than Buckingham Palace, where they accepted honorary MBEs in recognition of their advocacy work at the COP26 summit. Their presence gave off the impression that they would probably end up dating royalty more often than not. The 4 members of Blackpink ensured their survival by extending their contracts at YG after months of near silence. Finding the exact reason for Blackpink's meteoric rise is difficult because other popular groups make their Korean debuts each year, but it might also be because they've polished their tunes to pop perfection over time. Their songs are composed of beat-drop choruses and lyric-light verses that are punctuated by angelic vocals. For years to come, the remainder of K-pop was influenced by that sound. Their visually striking music videos make sure their message is seen as well as heard. Their most popular music video, DDU, has received over 2 billion views, and their YouTube channel has received over 31 billion views overall, demonstrating the astounding extent of their virality. Additionally, Blackpink's members are nearly universally competent in English, which facilitates their appearances on American chat shows, among other things. In any event, Blackpink's members' talents gave rise to a devoted fanbase known as Blinks, to whom the entire world is obliged to pay attention. It's possible that the group's divorce from their firm wasn't improbable, which is why there was so much speculation about their future. Today, YG is a shadow of the formidable label that brought us PSI, the star of Gangnam Style, and it struggles to maintain its roster of few remaining performers. Fans of Blackpink, on the other hand, were not shy about criticizing YG's handling of the band. The music releases, or comebacks as they are called in K-pop, have been few and far between, which is unusual in a dynamic business where musicians usually have many comebacks a year. Blackpink has released less than 50 songs in their 7 years together, not counting individual albums. In contrast, the total was reached in 3 years by the junior girl group aespa. Outside of the group, things didn't go any better. Despite tremendous excitement around each member's solo debut, they only shared a maximum of 2 songs each. Sometimes Blackpink would go years without producing any music, and it seemed as though IG had created a mythology about how the longer you wait, the richer the taste. The fans call it being imprisoned in YG's dungeon. When Blackpink reappeared, it seemed as though they were in every place. The participants of Blackpink Light Up the Sky, a 2020 Netflix documentary, expressed difficulty managing their busy schedules. Their most recent tour, which took place in just under a year and covered 22 countries, was just as extensive. They try to be prepared in terms of our health and our mental health, Jennie informed Time magazine. All of this is to imply that if Blackpink had departed from IG, it would have made sense. Their label never seems to be able to strike a satisfactory balance between being strict and carefree. After these few months of negotiations, one can only hope that IG is more committed to doing the right thing by its diamond treasure. Concerns around the band's possible dissolution further highlight how important Blackpink is. With their 2016 release of the hit songs Whistle and Boom Baya, the group, which also features resident producer Teddy, has developed an appealing sound of electro anthems that tackle themes of empowerment and self-assurance. Their cultural impact on K-pop is unavoidable since so many groups, including their labelmates, have unavoidably tried to recreate that unique energy in the years after. However, the music isn't always sufficient to stand alone. In a field where people are often crushed, Blackpink made sure the band was the culmination of all of its exceptional elements. Each of Jisoo, Jennie, Rose, and Lisa is a huge star in her own right, with unique personalities, impressive brand partnerships, and skills. With members originating from Australia, New Zealand, Thailand, Korea, and Thailand, their diversity adds to their attractiveness. It's impossible to stay away from Blackpink entirely, as anyone who has attended an event in the last year would attest to. Naturally, the magic of song and dance is at the heart of K-pop, but Blackpink's tour served as a real showcase for their group's alluring charm. With custom choreographies, live-only remixes, and dozens of dancers, the Born Pink tour was an event unto itself. Their electrifying Coachella headline performance quickly won over even the most unimpressed festival goers. The band was more popular than ever just as Blackpink appeared to be about to fall apart. YG Entertainment's shares increased by 29% after it was revealed that all four members had extended their contracts, demonstrating the band's importance to both their business and K-pop culture as a whole. It is unthinkable to imagine a near future without Blackpink, therefore let's hope the next 7 years are even better.